Hey there, it's Christina Louise, the founder of Inflow and Flourishing, and I'm so excited to be with you for another 10 minutes today to share with you the power of this work. What I have to share with you is so vital and so important. I honestly believe that at some point in not too far distance future, that parents will be teaching this to their children at a potty training age. I believe that this is the missing ingredient from about 90 to 95% of the human lives living today on this planet. Most people have no idea about the power of what I have to share with you. So today I wanted to share with you some examples of how this works in life and in business for women all around the world. And I'd also like to share with you the results that I've seen in my life. The reason that I'm here sharing this information with you is not because it's the most popular or it's what's going to sell in the marketplace. This is my life's work. I set out at the age of 18 to prove whether or not spiritual principles could be applied in a practical way to get consistent results in my life and in my business. And not only have I gotten consistent results, I have gotten earth-shaking, family tree changing results that I sometimes still have to pinch myself. I know that what I'm saying to you might sound like a huge claim, but I've been doing this for 20 years. I've literally shared this with tens of thousands of people around the world. I've literally worked with hundreds of clients, and everybody's results are always the same. So I want to share this with you today so that you can just get a little taste for the truth that I'm sharing with you, so that you can see that I'm not BSing you here. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm sharing this with you after 20 years of proven, trusted, experiential results that work every single time for every single person who approaches this work with an open mind, with a willingness to change the way they've been doing things, and to just be honest and sincere when you're struggling and you need support, so that I can catch you and help you get back into alignment with the work, and so that you can get the results that you really want. So I'm going to start today with a client case study. One of my clients asked me to change her name because she's only been in our program for about 4 or 5 months. So she's still a little shy, but she gave me permission to share the story. She just asked me to change her name. So we're going to go with the name Sarah to talk about this woman who is Indian born. She was born in India, albino. Okay, so her family is brown skinned. She is white-skinned. She grew up feeling awkward, different, insecure her whole life. She grew up, got married to a wonderful Indian man. She had 3 children. And when I found her just 4 or 5 short months ago, she was overweight. Her skin was broken out. Her marriage was in shambles. Her child, her 5-year-old child, was literally pissing and shitting all over the house, beating up his little brother. He has a 2-year-old brother. And the 1-year-old sister, the youngest of the 3, couldn't sleep through the night because this kid was just terrorizing the entire family. She was at her wit's end. She was pulling her hair out. She was blaming herself. She was blaming the child. She didn't feel good. She felt like a failure as a mother, and it was stopping her from getting her business up and running so that she could support herself and support her family. In less than 1 month, just working with her one-on-one 3 times over the course of 30 days, I never once talked to her son or any other member of her family. In 30 days, her child calmed down, stopped pissing and shitting all over the house, stopped beating up his little brother, and peace reigns in her heart and in her home 4 months later. Her results are consistent and sustainable. She has also lost over 25 pounds without changing her diet or exercising. And she now understands that her child's emotions were causing his actions. So she was trying to correct the actions before I met her. I taught her how to change the way that she was feeling so that her child would catch the drift of peace and relaxation and joy that she was generating. And now she sees the purpose for having what some would consider a troubled child. Some people would have put that child on medication, would have judged him as troubled, would have put him in special schooling, might have even taken him out of the house. He was literally beating his little brother. Now she reports that the 2 of them, the 5-year-old and the 2 or 3-year-old boy, can play in a room with the door closed, and she's no longer concerned or worried. When she hears cries, she knows that they're cries of joy and excitement and play, not anything else like they used to be. So that's just one example of how powerful we are as women. The people in our lives, the clients, the partners, the children, the people in our lives are literally feeding off of our energy. We are so powerful, creative forces that we can change what's going on inside of our minds, our beliefs, our attitudes, change the way we're feeling as an effect. Feelings are an effect of the thoughts that you think, and thereby change the way that people respond around us. And again, Sarah's results are consistent, sustainable, and I never once worked with her son. I only worked with the mother. So if you've got clients who are giving you a hard time, who aren't, feeling good or aren't taking the action steps, and you're frustrated with them and you keep telling them, listen, I got the strategy, I know what I'm doing, I'm a professional, I'm your coach, listen to me, and they're still not listening, what I have to share with you can change all of that. But it starts with you clicking the link below this video and finding a time on my calendar for us to talk. All right, let's move on to the next woman I met, who is a powerhouse African-American woman, older than me, twice my age, found me online just a couple of years ago, called me up just to say hi, just to talk, said, Christina, I don't want to work with you. I actually have clients like this all the time who say, I don't want to work with you, but I couldn't go through this lifetime without meeting you. And that's because I understand this principle. I'm not looking for every brother and their mother to come and work for me, to come and work with me. I'm looking for the people who feel this connection, this deep resonance with me specifically. Though if that's you, you're the type of person that I want to work with. I can't be everywhere all at once. Yes, this information will help anybody, whether they're struggling in their health or their career and their relationships or all of the above. But there's only one of me. So I hand select the private and group clients that I want to work with based on what my intuition is telling me and what their intuition is telling me. So if you're hesitating about getting on the phone with me because you feel like I'm going to pressure you with some slimy sales technique, you got me all wrong, okay? I did slimy sales when I was a teenager and I quit because I hated it. Screw that. I don't have time for that. I don't have energy for that. It's a drain and it's bad karma, okay? I would never put pressure on anybody to work with me or for me, all right? I want people who know, who ask the questions, who are sincere, who feel a heart connection with me. Those of you who are feeling that, click the link below. You're easy to train, you're easy to teach. It'll be an enjoyable, productive, reciprocal relationship. And it starts with a phone call with no pressure. I'll help you tune into your heart and make a decision from your heart about whether or not we are a good fit to work together during this time. Enough about that. Let's get back to this African-American woman who just wanted to meet me. We shot the shit for about 2 hours. My ears started hurting, so I said, Kimberly, I gotta let you go. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you. I love you. Give your love to my family. I gotta run. And she was like, wait, I can't hang up with you. I feel it. I know that I need to talk to you again. So I talked to her about one of my programs. She stepped in. And in her first agreement with me, she stuck with me for a while. Her first agreement was for 6 months. In her very first soul success session, that's what we do when we start working together. Very first thing that we do is we have a deep dive session where we really get in nitty gritty. In that 120-minute session, she had a breakthrough that completely revolutionized the way that she lived life with her partner, with her children, and she was able to launch a business just like that. Third example, I worked with a woman. We'll just change her name. I didn't get her permission to share. It's just coming up for me now. So I'm going to say her name is Elizabeth. And Elizabeth had been in her own business for years. Was a mom, married, happily married, beautiful children, beautiful home. Looked on the outside like everything, she had it all, but she had this deep vision and desire to launch a book. She had written this wonderful book on parenting. She wanted to share it with the whole world, and yet something was stopping her from finishing the last 2 chapters and from publishing that book and launching it out to her list. She had literally sat on this book for 6 flippin' years. Doing a little bit here, a little bit there, and just getting up to the edge and never taking that plunge, never launching it and getting it out there, putting it on Amazon. Within 1 month, I know that this sounds incredible. These results blow my mind too, okay? But I'm not kidding you. This is all documented. Within 30 days, 1 month of working with her one-on-one, she launched that book. And it's very successful. We're no longer working together, but I know that she's happy. She's got what she needed to get out of our relationship. She's better off, and so am I for having known each other. So if you want results like these, go ahead, click the link below and find a time on my calendar. Let's just talk about it. Let's see what shows up. And at the very least, you'll walk away with a rejuvenated sense of self, an action plan, a change from within that you will know will create a better future for yourself, your clients, your friends, and your family.